the detail of why they were really good was Connor, what was his second
Gallagher.
name? Connor Gallagher, who I thought was absolutely exceptional. And then I think of, who does he play for? He plays for Chelsea. Who are we competing with? Chelsea. So for me, I don't understand this rule of the loan signings. I mean, it's all very well you put the odd player out on loan, but last season Chelsea had 32 players out on loan. So I would have thought I understand why they need to go on loan and get some experience, but it almost seems like it's defeating the integrity of the league, because if you put these players into the same league as Chelsea are competing with, in effect you're playing Chelsea players, good Chelsea players, when you're not even playing Chelsea.
A devastating defeat for Arsenal against Crystal Palace. 3-0 they were beaten, and there was always going to be frustration. There was always going to be annoyance. There was always going to be a kind of anger amongst Arsenal fans in one direction or another. This was always on the cards. And AFTV, I want to say, first of all, big up pioneers of this industry. And we often look at what fans have got to say. And I wanted to take some time to speak about this today, because I feel as though Arsenal fans are maybe losing their heads a little bit. I really, really do. I'm seeing this comment here about, complaining about the loan system, like the loan system really played a part in it. I swear Arsenal have loaned players to other Premier League teams in the past. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe they haven't, but I'm sure I've seen Arsenal players on loan at Premier League clubs before. I could be wrong, and if I am, please correct me. But Chelsea have been doing this for a while now. A number of teams have been doing this for a while now, where their teams are loaned to Championship and Premier League teams. And I understand it as a talking point, but I don't think you talk about it after a defeat, losing 3-0. I think you talk about it in the build-up to a game. I think you talk about it after you win. If Arsenal win 3-0 last night, I don't think it's a talking point. So I feel it's a really big deflection away from the fact that Arsenal last night weren't at the races. Arsenal didn't turn up. Arsenal, for some people, bottled it. For some people, didn't show enough ability to react to particular players being out injured, i.e. Kieran Tierney, that's now been ruled out for the rest of the season. And I think there does need to be an element of balance applied here from Arsenal fans. I'm seeing all over social media, oh, that's it now, Tierney's out, Partey could be out for a few weeks, Tomiyasu's not back, we lost last night, advantage Tottenham, it's over, it's done, it's finished. Where is the confidence of a week ago gone? In fact, where is the confidence gone from Monday morning, Monday afternoon? Most Arsenal fans across social media have been saying for a number of weeks now, they are favourites, or at the very least, a 60, 70% chance of making it. Many have said, including the Football Terrace's very own Gals, Collins, Currans, come on a regular basis, that as of a week or two ago, the last Premier League game they played, to not win a place in the Champions League, to not finish in the top four, would be a disappointment from where they found themselves. Games in hand, great winning run, brilliant feel, and a brilliant ethos. I understand the idea of deflecting at times, but I don't think this is a time for Arsenal fans to deflect. I don't think this is a time to blame the wind, blame the ref, blame Chelsea loaning out players to Crystal Palace. I don't really think that's the time to be doing it. I think you need to galvanize and come together. Now, I obviously know there's a big frustration, especially when you get the likes of Lee Gunner, as we're looking at now, coming out with stuff like this.
We've got Super Mick Arteta. He knows exactly what we need. Tierney at the back, Gabby in attack. We're on our way to, the Europa League. You absolute bent backwards fucks.
So I understand. Look, we have Lee on the show again next week on Straight Facts to kind of go through that in more detail. I know there are some Gooners that are celebrating. They're happy that they've lost because it proves them right. And I kind of know you get that. So there's almost this want to kind of fight back and say, well, it isn't Arteta's fault. It isn't our players' fault. It's anything else in between. Well, it was just a bad night. This is the crazy thing about all this for me. It was just a bad night. Lee Gunner isn't right. Blaming referees last night isn't correct. Blaming Chelsea's loan system isn't correct. This was a case, and you might think it's the beginning of Arsenal, but you might be a gooner that thinks this is the beginning of Arsenal bottling this. Maybe it is. Maybe it is the beginning of that happening. It might be. It could be the beginning of that. But maybe it was just an off night. I've seen Arsenal fans turning on Odegaard, who has been one of their best players in the last 2 to 3 months, who has put them into a position to be able to challenge for a Champions League spot. He gives away a stupid penalty, yes. But what is it with this weird polarization and binary thinking from football fans? You've gone from being almost a certainty to make it to completely writing it off because of one win for Tottenham and one defeat for yourselves. You've got the likes of Lee Gunner, who has been in the mud for weeks. And I'm talking to you, Lee. You've been in the mud for weeks, suddenly celebrating one defeat. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Now, people may think this is the beginning of Arsenal falling away, but we just don't know. And interestingly, I saw this from I saw this as well from Livs, who's been on the football terrace. I want to show you this. And now, this for me is the perfect kind of reaction to a terrible defeat, but a team in the ascendancy and a team moving forward.
I'm human, bro. But at the end of the day, we just got to, get back to the drawing board, bro. Arteta needs to, just when it comes to training, just chat to the guys, go, yo, this is what you was doing wrong, etc., etc. Can't be seeing that again. If you don't want to play Champions League, you can't be playing like that, bro. And it's simple as that. And Odegaard, he gave away another penalty, but Odegaard's been one of our best players, bro. So I don't understand why I've seen certain fans on social media picking him out, saying, Odegaard, this. It don't make sense. We can't praise the players when they're doing bits, and then afterwards, bro, one little mistake, it's like it don't make sense.
And he's bang on there, and that's the point. You're always allowed to change your mind in life. There is no doubt about it. You're always allowed to change your mind. Without a shadow of a doubt, you can do that. But the frequency I see minds changing around Arsenal is ridiculous. The speed of which people jump on their agendas is absolutely ridiculous. As I say, Lee Gunner's been in the mud for a number of weeks, and he can come out and state all he wants. I told you this was going to happen. What's happened? You lost one game. One game. You've got Brighton next, who could not score in a cat house. You'll beat them. Southampton are tricky, but you will beat them. We're acting like Tottenham are infallible. We're acting like Tottenham don't have an opportunity to bottle it, fall away, make a mistake themselves. We're acting, and I say we as in the footballing world, as if Tottenham are a shoo-in and a guarantee. When have Tottenham ever been a guarantee? So don't be suckered in by people like Lee Gunner at this point saying, it's done, I told you, get back on my camp. Equally, don't go down the delusional level, the opposite direction of blaming anything and everything other than the fact that last night the players didn't turn up. Last night the players weren't at it mentally. Last night the manager didn't quite get it right with selections and formations. And he's now got to look at doing that and getting that right because as we know, you've now got a situation where Nuno may have to come in. Nuno Tavares may have to come in because Tierney is out for the rest of the season. What will Arsenal do? I'm seeing Arsenal fans debate this. I'm seeing Arsenal fans getting angry at each other. Saka shouldn't be the one. Saka shouldn't be the one. It's got to be Tavares. Listen, Tavares is pony right now. His positional sense, his defensive ability is shocking. He will cost you. There is no shadow of a doubt that he will cost you. This is about one thing I'm going to say to Arsenal fans here, and I can't believe I'm saying this, is that you've shown great kind of togetherness in the last 2 to 3 months. And if your team is to have a chance of making it into that Champions League spot ahead of time, to help you progress back to the ultimate dream, which is winning a Premier League again, winning your first Champions League, you've got to stick together. Now, I understand that Lee Gunner's entitled to his opinion. I understand that everybody that goes onto AFTV is entitled to their opinion. Every one of you in the comment section watching my content have got the right to an opinion. But stay true to your opinions a little bit longer than you do. And equally, one Swift does not, or is it one swallow or Swift? They're pretty much the same bird. One swallow does not a summer make. And just because they've lost one game doesn't mean everything else that's been discussed in the past is now off the cards. It doesn't mean that all the progression has been thrown away, it's turned into dust, it's evaporated because of one defeat. Calm the hell down. Arsenal are still in a very, very good position.